Hey there, guys. Welcome to the channel. So how freaking rare is it to see or hear clear-eyed, common sense, perfectly put analysis with pretty much nothing but noise going on in the world today? Well, I found some, and it's Judge Joe Brown, believe it or not. And I know what you're thinking, Judge Joe Brown, but the guy's famous for being a TV judge. I get that, but dude, the guy knows his stuff. He didn't just play a judge on television. He actually has legit credentials. He knows his stuff. So he went on Jesse Lee's show. I don't know if you guys watch Jesse Lee, but he's fantastic. Super, super based. And he's not holding back. And they were talking about the Trump indictments, and he's calling them out as a complete and total legal sham. And you guys have got to see what this man has to say. It's a little bit on the long side, but trust me, it's worth your time. It's worth a watch. So let's dive in and check out what he's got to say on these charges. But guys, before we do, thanks so much to everyone that's been subscribing and leaving such great comments. We're building a really, really awesome community together, and it's a lot of fun. We're having a lot of fun. If you haven't already, join us and help us with the algorithm. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Most importantly, share the channel. Let's get into it.
What's your opinion on what's happening with the Great White Hope, Donald Trump, right now?
You have a right to remain silent. Anything you say can and may be used, et cetera, et cetera. We know those as the Miranda rights. Miranda was not a nice person. But when you have law, a lot of times some of the most sacred principles are established through the aegis or the agency of somebody that's not nice. Now, if you're worried about downing Trump, you lose track of the fact that what you see, the indictments in New York, Florida, and Georgia are completely outside of the law. Take what this clown Bragg did in New York. Whether you like Trump or not,
Alvin,
essentially
DA.
what they did is indicted him for being the victim of a blackmail attempt. They said he attempted to bribe Stormy Daniels to remain silent. This guy didn't go to law school and didn't pay much attention when he was there, because when you flip the script as you were instructed first year, if you had to pay somebody to be quiet, you got blackmailed. So he's the victim of a felony. If you indict a corporation for failure to file an explicit report as to what the payout was, well, there was a court gag order. And if they filed the explicit report, they violated the court gag order. Okay. Get to Georgia. I won't belabor all of the accounts, but right. I downloaded the 92-page indictment, and I was shocked to find that some of the crimes were that Trump is supposed to have advocated checking out Newsmax, Fox News, and some other conservative, religious-based news institutions. They're legal. Hell, I read them. So that's supposed to be somehow or another criminal now. All right, you get down to this thing in Florida, and they're talking about the documents. Well, let's forget what Trump did. Let's go back when he was not president of the United States and George Herbert Walker Bush was. There's a case from 1988, U.S. Supreme Court. It's called United States Department of Navy versus Egan, E-G-A-N. And if you read the concurring opinions, they say, since constitutionally the president is the commander-in-chief of the military and chief diplomat of the country, he has an inherent power to declassify or classify anything, any document, in any form, shape, or fashion he chooses. He can do what he wants with it because, guess what? The mandate that causes it to be prepared says it is for the exclusive purpose of advising the president on the state of our intelligence versus what's going on in the world.
Abso-freaking-lutely, man. So there lies the true elegance of a legal mind. We all have an opinion on this stuff, but really none of us truly knows. None of us really, really know. We really don't have a clue. We're relying on all these people, but we can't compete with someone who with actual legal experience, because they come armed with hard evidence. The fact that he's actually referencing cases and legal precedences, which in my opinion, looks like it absolutely proves Donald Trump is innocent and that the charges really are just baseless accusations straight up political persecutions. That's the way it looks, especially when you hear someone who knows what they're talking about tell it like that, which I think is perfectly shown by the indictment that often gets the most overlooked, and maybe overlooked because honestly, they know it's bogus, but it's the hush money, the hush money payment. And the judge put it brilliantly, questions why Donald Trump is facing multiple felony charges when he actually looks like the actual victim of a crime. Stormy Daniels signed a non-disclosure agreement with him and then violated it. She's the one who actually committed a crime, and the fact that they had a need for the agreement in the first place can only be explained as another crime, which is blackmail by Stormy Daniels. But Alvin Bragg is charging this as some sort of federal election campaign violation, which isn't even close to his jurisdiction to begin with as a county prosecutor. But so why is Alvin Bragg charging Trump with a federal campaign violation when it's not his responsibility? It's the responsibility of the Federal Election Commission, who actually, on more than one occasion, said that Donald Trump did not violate campaign finance laws with the Stormy Daniels extortion stuff. So really, that's all you need to know there. I can't believe that case hasn't been thrown out. It's just plain common sense. The charges have no legal basis or merit. And if the prosecutors had strong cases, they wouldn't need to rely on untested legal theories and gymnastics like Jack Smith and the reimagined Reconstruction era law meant to literally criminalize what a defendant believes. The government is going to prove that he believed something. That's just not possible. Anyway, I don't believe that anyone expects these charges to turn into any kind of convictions. Smith probably thinks he might get lucky in DC, but these are all just shows, man. These are all just shows. They're meant to color the narrative and paint a picture. And luckily, we have some Republicans who are willing to do the same thing. Anyway, guys, that's just my take. Let me know yours in the comments. And if you haven't already, please make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Most importantly, share the channel. We'll see you in the next one.